So for today, we're going to have a story time. Story time, story time. And I'm still in my pretty little witch garb from Halloween. I hope you're all enjoying this. Um, so, back before I was, my parents loved to yard sale. They loved to go out to yard sales and find fun things. And I don't blame them because back then, you didn't have things like eBay or Amazon where you could just go online and find all of the things. We had a few small stores in town like the Ben Franklin and there's another random stuff store in town. They sold brand name stuff. They weren't like the dollar stores of today. They're just like a smaller, less selectioned big store like a Kmart. And about a 12-minute drive away was the big to do, which was where the Kmart was. And across the street from it was where the Big Lots was. So we had two one shopping place and one kind of second run things missing bits type place, which we still shop at a good bit because, well, you got a good deal. um, but the point of the story is my parents did go out and do yard sales and stuff. This was very common back then in the 70s, so they definitely got out and did their thing. And one of the finds my dad got at some point was a full china set that was monogrammed with our last initial, the letter B. Now, they owned more than one china cabinet because I guess that's a thing people did back when my parents started off. So they were always on display. I don't remember us ever using these plates. They were just on display. Um, and one day I, as an adult, asked Mom, Dad, I know you have a lot of things you don't use anymore and they're just taking up space. And eventually it's all going to have to get sorted through anyway. Um, would it be okay if I had the B china? Because both myself and my husband, who neither has changed our last name, have a last name with the letter B to start off. So my parents are like, wait, you want that stuff? Well, your sister's older and she has first get dibs. Like, nope, I don't want it. I don't want it. All you. You take it. Take the china. So my parents are like, okay, give it to you. So you have a china cabinet. Challenge accepted. So as we just moved in to our house, I quested around after we got the important stuff. Okay, we got important stuff like regular furniture. I looked around for a used china cabinet because getting a new one of those could be thousands of dollars easy without even trying to look for a good one. So I looked at the consignment shops and the secondhand shops around. We have a few of those in town here, so that's good. I had selection. I actually had quite a few of these I looked at before I had to pick the one I wanted. Um, we picked it. Unfortunately, my parents were visiting not too long after I'd found the one I wanted, so I paid for the thing and I arranged the day that we'd actually pick it up because my parents were coming around and they have this device called a minivan. So we folded down the back seats of the minivan. Dad and I drove over around the block to where the consignment shop was that we're buying it from. I mean, literally, this is, if you went straight distance from our house to the back of the consignment shop, it was less than a quarter mile. Okay, but maybe a half mile if you take all the driving in and out of the roads to get to the front door. Um, so we got in the van, zipped around the corner, loaded this bad boy up, and then like three of us walked it into the house. Um, It was all one piece. The top did not come off, so we walked it in as a giant hole and placed it in place in the kitchen where we had a nice spot for it. Then my parents were like, yeah, I guess you can have the beach china now, but we have to find it all. um, this leads to another small story. It was just after I'd moved out originally. My parents have hot water heater heat. You know, the old radiators, the things that weigh like hundreds of pounds and are made of cast iron, and there's just a big chunk of it in each room. So these radiators, many of them are original. And that house got the addition put on. The addition was put on in the late 1800s, meaning the older ones were way older than that. Probably closer to late 17s, early 18s. So these radiators are not new. Um, More perspective, the house was built on a coal furnace originally, which is the center pillar of the house, um, including the large chimney at the top, which is no longer functional, but does support the house, so you cannot remove this giant space. Several of the chimney sections have been, long before we had the house, been converted into cabinets and closets and things, which is actually kind of cool because then you have more interesting shaped cabinets and closets throughout this old house. So now they have these old radiators. One of them, the one in the dining room, where Dad had just painted, decided it was done with life. And because you can never fully clean out a radiator system, um, when it went, it was not just water spraying everywhere. It was black water spraying everywhere. Black sludge water covered a newly painted wall, a newly installed window, some nice new curtains. All of this was destroyed. Not much stuff got ruined here. The radiator obviously was destroyed, but curtains, some needing to paint. But most everything of their stuff was fine. Fortunately. Unfortunately, that meant Dad had to move all of the stuff out of the area and put it in different rooms in boxes till he could take care of cleaning the walls, painting them, fixing any damage to the walls, and replacing said radiator, which I actually got to help him unload off the back of his truck. And I realized how heavy that mofo was. Oh my. As a kid, I never thought about how heavy those things must have been. Uh, this was intense. I'm not a weakling. My dad is definitely not a weakling. Both of us would pick it up together, walk like 4 feet, and be like, okay, put it down. Okay, we catch our breath for a while. Okay, ready? Pick it up, and we walk like 4 or 5 more steps. Okay, put it down. Until we got all the way into the house. This took quite a few stops for us. That's an amazing piece of heavy. But it got installed. Everything was sorted. Their life got back to normal. But being my parents have a million things to do and a million things, the boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff that were in that room didn't all get put back right away. Um, and some got piled behind other boxes, other areas were cleaned in the house. So when my parents went to say, yes, you can have the B plates, we don't know where they all are. We'll find them. So, back Thanksgiving of last year when they were visiting, um, they brought some food products, and my sister, they took our back though, don't worry. I didn't have to keep that part. Uh, I love you, girl. Uh, And we actually do want to keep her. We're trying to get her to move to the area, and she wants to, but that's taking some savings smartly. So they brought 5 boxes of dishes, not giant boxes, so I wasn't even thinking too much about them. Just little, maybe 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 footish cube boxes, give or take. They're all slightly different sizes, so I can't be 100% sure. I didn't measure them, mind you. So not giant, just 5 1 footish cubish boxes, give or take. Like, okay, cool. I put them in the family room or the computer room here. They were back by that couch behind me, sitting in front of it till today. Today, I decided to open the boxes because it took them a couple of years to get the china to us. I put some stuff in the china cabinet just to not make it be an empty box in our kitchen. I had to move some stuff down from the top shelf where I was going to put the bee dishes. We kept the Fox stuff in the middle shelf and our alcohol stuff in the bottom shelf, including some nice stemware and a few monogram glasses and some cool stuff. Cool us things that are nice to show off. So I cleared off the top shelf, thinking, all right, I'm going to get a good bit of this up here. I figured Dad was really good at packing, so there'd be a lot of packing material in there. And there was. I didn't realize how many dishes were involved in this mess. First off, it appears to be service for 12 by counting the largest dinner plates. Okay, there's the dinner plates. Salad plates. Okay, that's 12 of those. And then there's the dessert plates. There's 12 of those. And there's the saucers for the teacups. 12 of those. Teacups. 12 of those. Um, Large bowl, small bowl. Okay, more bowls. And then there's all the one-offs. Oh my. I'm used to nowadays, like say you get a silverware set, you get the 8 piece, the 8 settings worth. You get like one slotted spoon, one fork, one non-slotted spoon, maybe the butter spreader thing that no one ever knows what to do with and just ends up in a drawer somewhere. That's basically your lot. That's your service equipment. So I was thinking maybe like I don't know, maybe a service platter and maybe a bowl. Oh, hold my beer glass. First off, we had a creamer uh, pitcher thing and a gravy boat. We have at least 5 different sizes of serving platters, varying flatness to fullness levels, plus a few large serving bowls and smaller serving bowls, and a serving tureen, a little handled critter with a lid closure on it and everything, all monogrammed, all beautiful. There were regular drinking glasses, which were actually kind of small. These are older things, so it's not like today where you get like a 32-ounce water glass or whatever. These were kind of small. And there were dessert cups and smaller glasses. I'm guessing juice cups. I don't know for sure what their official classifications all are, but I tried my best to put out 2 of every regular item on that one shelf, plus as much of the serving hardware that I could, without making it look too crowded or too stacked up, because there is stacks involved here, because there was not space, not by a long shot, for all of this stuff. So I displayed it all up there, and my plan was, all right, I'm going to put up as much as I can, and then the rest will go in the cabinet at the bottom. I already stored some stuff in the cabinet at the bottom, uh, because, well, one, I had to take some stuff out of the top because there needed to be space for the new stuff. And I'd already put some stuff down there that I was storing here and there, like the mixing bowl for the mixer lives down there. The set of silver from Grandma's down there. And some of our plasticware is kind of just camps out down there. After I'd finished unloading everything I could on the top shelf there and making it look nice, I consolidated stuff down in the boxes. And from 5 boxes to 4 boxes. And they're very full at this point. So, um, like, where am I going to put these? I found a spot in the gaming stuff closet. Got my knife. I made space in that shelving closet to put these 4 remaining boxes for storage purposes because we're not going to eat off of these dishes. But one day we might get a bigger um, china cabinet that I can put these all up in or store them in more efficiently. I don't know. I'm still young. I have a lot of years before I have all my old people equipment, like 6 china cabinets in my house. And there's a good chance I'll inherit at least 1 china cabinet. My parents own a couple. Uh, not kidding. Um, so that's a possibility in the future. Um, but there we are. I own monogrammed plates, and I have them on display. I posted on my Twitter today, so this is going to come up later. I'll try and remember to post a link to the Twitter post with the picture of it, because they are kind of cool. I really appreciate my parents for letting me have them, and it feels like I've done an adulting, a very, very secure adulting. And now there's no boxes in front of my couch over there. All I have to do is vacate about, 80% of the plushies off there, and we can sit on that couch again. Woohoo! There's a couple fursuit heads and dresses there too. Not much. Most of that's actually in the living room right now. Anyway, thank y'all for watching and listening to me babble about something kind of adulting and, well, fancy. Not trying to brag, more of a story of I got a neat thing and I want to talk about it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're so inclined to, my Patreon link is in the description box below. Appreciate everything that anyone donates. It does make my life easier towards doing things fun for the channel. I promise I'm not going to waste the money on more China. I have more than enough of that now. Probably never going to eat off of any of this stuff because it's got gold lining on it, so I cannot put it in the dishwasher. And I like my dishwasher. And I don't want to break anything else besides the one lid that was already broken before it got to me. I glued that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, thank you for watching. And Patreon link in the description below, as I said. And I hope you all have a really fun rest of your day. And thank you for listening to me babble at you. Mouse here, where are you? There you are. There you are. Aha, all right. Mwah.